4-0. 4-0. My God. My gosh. It may have been a big result, but it's not actually the first game we're going to talk about today. That's going to be Leicester City versus Wolves. Well, hello guys. Welcome back to another match review. And today we're doing Leicester City versus Wolves. And Newcastle versus Arsenal. And the big one, Man City. Man City? Oh my God. Man United versus Chelsea. Need to get that right. But first I'd just like to say thank you for 1,000 views on the video. It's the most views I've ever got. And I just have to say thank you. I did make a video at like 10 o'clock, but I was whispering because I was trying to be as quiet as I could because everyone else was asleep. But I just have to say thank you for the 1,000 views. Thank you for your feedback on the videos, and I'm trying to improve them as much as I can, and I just hope that you enjoy them. But anyway, let's just get into the game. So, very boring 0-0 draw. We've had a load of those. Now, you know, my favourite draws are like 2-2 draws or 3-3 draws, or like 1-1 draws when there's that where someone scores that screamer in the last minute, or if anyone can create the Newcastle-Arsenal game from years ago. Oh my God! Check Tiote's volley in the last 2 minutes, securing a draw after they were 4-0 down. But anyway, yeah, it was quite boring. Nothing really happened. I feel like the biggest chance really fell Leicester's way, because so it was a bit of a scrabble in the box. The ball falls to Yuri Tielemans. He crosses it in, and it goes through the legs of Jamie Vardy. I was like, wow. But there was a goal in the game. It did go to Wolves. However, it was ruled out for handball because as the I think it was a corner, if I remember. Corner comes in, then Donker heads it onto Willy Bolly's arm, and then after it's hit Willy Bolly's arm, then Donker volleys it into the goal. So I guess you could say that was the biggest chance, but then it didn't really count because it was a handball. Apart from that, it was quite a boring game. Like, as you can see here, Leicester only had one shot on target. 29% possession for Wolves. They only had 2 shots on target. They only played 290 passes. They played 665. 84% passing accuracy, 70%. 13 fouls by Wolves, 3 fouls by Leicester. 2 yellow cards to Wolves, 0 red cards. There was 1 offside. 12 corners to Leicester, 3 corners to Wolves. So if we go into the lineups now, so let's look at the Leicester lineup. So Schmeichel in goal, always will be a good goalkeeper. He's not followed in his father's footsteps, but he's definitely not a bad keeper. Ricardo Pereira, I feel like he wasn't that great in that game. Johnny Evans and Soyuncu. Well, obviously they're playing Soyuncu because I didn't really get a replacement for Harry Maguire. So, yeah, not great, but just kept a clean sheet. It's all that matters. Ben Chilwell was okay on that left side, not that great though. Indeed, he had a shot that went well wide of the post. I think that was pretty much most of what he did yesterday. Then you had Jose Perez on the right. He did instigate one attack, but apart from that, he wasn't really that effective. Tielemans obviously played that pass across, and it just went through Vardy's legs. Hamza Chowdhury, I feel like he might be playing in a position that's a bit too, high up. Like, because me basing this little bit off FIFA, he's a CDM playing now at centre mid. Who knows? And then you have James Maddison and Jamie Vardy. James Maddison, I didn't really see him get into the game quite a lot, and then Jamie Vardy had that chance, it just went from his leg. Now let's go on to the Wolves lineup. So, you got Patricio in goal. You got Willy Bolly, Connor Cody, and Bennett in the defence. It's not their strongest defence. It's not a bad defence though. Castro, or Johnny, sorry, he's not known as Castro, he's known as Johnny. I feel like they should have played 5-3-2 really, but Johnny on the left side, Doherty on the right side, and then Moutinho, Neves, and then Donker in the middle, and then I just broke a stick. Jota and Jimenez up front. Oh, speaking of close chances, Jota had this big chance. Literally, he was sent through on goal. He brings it down so nicely, and then he just curves it away from the goal when he shoots. Really, he should just try and blast it into the top corner, but he tries to curve it. But I don't think he tried to, and it just curves in front of the goal. Terrible miss. But let's go look at the bench. So, Patrick Cutrone was subbed on for Wolves. They also had Neto, Gibbs-White, Ruddy, Saiss, Vinagre and Adama on the bench. And then for Leicester they had new signing Justin, Wes Morgan, Mark Albrighton, Danny Ward, Iheanacho, Harvey Barnes. He had such a great chance. I just remember he was running through and he passed it to Jamie Vardy, who played it back through to him, and Willy Bolly blocked it on the line. Oh, wow. And then Dennis Praet as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Leicester Wolves game. 0-0 draw, not everyone's favourites, but you can't always have everything. But let's move on to the next game, which is Newcastle versus Arsenal. So, this game had a goal. It was Aubameyang. Really, Newcastle didn't deserve to lose, but you kind of think they should have done better, really. Because literally, the ball's been crossed in. There's no one marking Aubameyang. He's just able to take a touch and lob it over the Baravka. That was a great goal, but Newcastle just had to defend that better. They can't just let Aubameyang, one of Europe's most prolific strikers, have that much space. You can't do that. But as you can see here, they didn't really take their chances, both teams. Obviously, Newcastle had 9 shots, Arsenal had 8, and then 2 shots on target for both teams. 38% possession for Newcastle and 62% for Arsenal. 379 passes made for Newcastle, 616 made for Arsenal. 75% pass accuracy for Newcastle, 85% pass accuracy for Arsenal. 12 fouls committed by Newcastle, only 7 by Arsenal. 3 yellow cards were given to Arsenal compared to Newcastle's 1. 0 red cards, 1 offside to 3 offsides, and then 5 corners to 3 corners. I feel like Newcastle were on top in the first half, really. They were getting so many chances, I feel like they should have. But in the second half, Alan St. Maximin ran through and, well, he had a great chance, we just couldn't get the power on the shot. But then there was someone who put way too much power on that shot, and that was Henrik Mkhitaryan. So there's been a bit of a scramble. He's got the ball. Basically, his job is to kick it into, like, well, from a viewer's point of view, the left corner of the goal, but for a goal to the goalkeeper's right side of the goal, because that's basically open. Because if he tries to hit it towards the other side, it's probably going to hit the goalkeeper, and it's not going to come to anything. So he's tried to do that, but he's blasted it into the stratosphere. Like, he's put way too much power behind it. Sure, on his weaker foot, but come on. Like, all you have to do is, like, get a bit of curve on it and slot it round, but yeah. No, not that. Just, they weren't taking chances, both teams, and then obviously Aubameyang, when you give Aubameyang the ball in open space in the box, you just know what's going to happen. He was going to concede a goal. But yeah, if we go into the lineups, we'll look at the Newcastle one first. So, Dubravka in goal. Then there was Shaw, the Shells, and Dummett in the defence. Dummett playing centre back. Not really that great, but because he is a left back, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Matt Ritchie, who some people say has been converted to a left back, playing at, is that left mid? I'm getting confused now. That's left mid, yeah. Right, let's check. Yeah, that's left mid. Okay, and then Manquillo playing right mid, Hayden, Shelvey and Longstaff in the middle. Shelvey had this great chance in the first half. What he did was the ball came to him, he just volleyed it and it clattered the post. Oh, I feel like that should have gone in, that deserved to go in. That was just a clean strike. Yeah. And then obviously Longstaff in the midfield, and then Almiron up front with Joelinton. I always said they should have put Alan St. Maximin up front with Joelinton, because Alan St. Maximin can play up front. Joelinton was just not taking his chances. I think that's how we can kind of tell he only scored 7 goals in the Bundesliga last season, because he just doesn't take his chances. Unlike one person, which is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but we'll get onto him in a minute. We'll start from the back. Bernd Leno. Well, you can't really find any fault with Bernd Leno, Monreal, Socrates, however you pronounce it, Chambers and Maitland-Niles, because they kept a clean sheet away from home. Arsenal only kept 1 clean sheet away from home last season, so you can't really find any fault with the defence. They got a good result out of the game. Obviously, players like Monreal and Willock were playing because of the absences of Class at Ozil, and then obviously had Reece Nelson on the left side. He's obviously going to be Arsenal's starting left winger. So yeah, although if we go down here, we can see that Martinelli, who could also play on the wing, he was there. Obviously Lacazette going through a few fitness issues, he was on the bench. Nicolas Pepe got subbed on, he was going through a few fitness issues. And Ceballos got subbed on as well. Obviously they played a bit of a weaker team, but I'm sure in the next game against Burnley, maybe they won't play a really strong team, but they're definitely going to put out probably a better starting lineup than this one. Although it is, you know what, no, I'm going off FIFA logic, no. They're probably not going to put out their best lineup, but they've definitely got to put out a good one. Some people are saying maybe they should have played David Luiz over Chambers. Chambers did a good job, kept a clean sheet. Don't know what you can say about it. So their bench was made up of Ceballos, Lacazette, Di Pascua, never heard of him, Pepe, Luiz, Martinez and Martinelli. And then the Newcastle bench was made up of Clark, Alan St. Maximin, Muto, Williams, Kraft, Fernandez and Carl Darlow. Obviously they're managers. So yeah, it wasn't the most exciting game, but it definitely wasn't a bad game, and there was a winner in this one, and it wasn't a 0-0 draw like it was in the previous game we were talking about. Now it's time to go on to the big one that had loads of goals, but they weren't really shared around, were they? It's Man United versus Chelsea. Oh my goodness gracious me. 4-0. 4-0. Well, not all of us, but most of us predicted a draw in this game. 4-0. What? Chelsea's defence is looking shaky, man. After the game, Frank Lampard said how it was a reality check. Yeah, it definitely is. Your team needs to wake up, Frank. Obviously, as you can see by the stats, they didn't actually play that bad. 18 shots to Man United's 11. 7 shots on target to Man United's 5. Oh, whoops, why did I do that? I don't know why I get those notifications. 46% possession to 54% possession. 449 passes to 523, 81% passing accuracy to 84, 15 fouls committed by Man United, 13 fouls committed by Chelsea, which also led to 2 penalties given to Man United. Then there was 3 yellow cards to 4 yellow cards, 0 red cards, 2 offsides to Man United, 3 corners to Man United and 5 corners to Chelsea. So Chelsea pretty much dominated on the attacking front. They did commit a load of fouls, which was then their downfall, because they gave away 2 penalties, and Marcus Rashford, he's actually quite good at penalties. You can't expect him to miss those. His first one was insane. He just smashes it into the top corner. Oh my god. Martial scored. He's obviously got the number 9 jersey now, because they sold Romelu Lukaku. You know, if they could keep playing like this, they could give Liverpool and Man City a run for their money. Like, maybe it'll be a 3-horse title race this time. But I feel like it was really just Frank Lampard trying to get used to his team. But really, he should have done that in the friendlies. So to be fair, Chelsea should have done much better. 4-0. And then that David James goal. So he's ran well wide, and then he shoots, it deflects off Emerson and just bounces past Kepa. Kepa, by the way, what's going on? What is with him and conceding so many goals against Manchester clubs? It's actually unbelievable. He conceded 6 against Man City last season. He's conceded 4 against Man United this season. What? Come on. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the lineups. The Man United one first. So they had De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof and Shaw in the defence. I think that their defence was okay. Obviously they kept a clean sheet, and De Gea was making some great saves in goal. But I feel like Chelsea did get a bit unlucky. Like, they had a lot of shots that hit the post and bars that was saved wonderfully by De Gea. Like, there was this one Tammy Abraham chance. The ball just comes to him. He runs forward. He smashes it. It comes back off the post and it's cleared out. Oh my god! And then Emerson smashes one against the frame of the goal, and it's like, how in the world did they lose 4-0? It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, moving up, we had Scott McTominay and Pogba. I believe Pogba got the assist for the Daniel James goal, because I believe literally he got given the ball and he just started running and running. Probably doing more for Man United in that, like, 10 seconds that he was running than he did a lot last season. And to be fair, maybe it's because he wants to get a move, maybe not. But now here we go into the last attacking 4. Lingard, Pereira, Rashford on the left side. Hang on, did Rashford score 2 penalties? I'm actually contemplating whether Man United got 2 penalties or not. I actually don't know. Oh no, did they actually get 2 penalties? I can't remember. Drop a comment down below if Man United got 2 penalties, because I can't remember. I don't think they did, but I also think they did. I'm contemplating. So if you know, please drop a comment. I think they didn't get 2 penalties. Maybe I'm just not thinking straight. Anyway, let's move on. No, they did have 2 penalties. Okay, don't listen to me when I said they had 2 penalties. Anyway, moving on, because we're running out of time. We're wasting time. Martial also got a goal. He was playing up front. I feel like they should have been swapped around. But anyway, going into the Chelsea team, it's obviously not their strongest, because can't really put out a strong team because they weren't able to improve it. Ross Barkley on the left-hand side, for example, that would be Hazard's position. That would be occupied by Hazard right now. If they didn't have their transfer ban, they would have put someone else there to replace Hazard. Abraham up front, if they were able to make any transfers, they would have been able to put a better striker up front. Then Emerson, Zuma, Christensen, Azpilicueta in the defence, Kovacic, Jorginho in the midfield, and then Barkley, Mount and Pedro, and then Abraham up front. let's go on to the bench, where on the Man United bench there's Juan Mata, Ashley Young, Daniel James, Sergio Romero, Greenwood, Matic and Chuanzebe. And then on the Chelsea bench there's Alonso, Kante, Caballero, Kennedy, Giroud, Pulisic and Tomori, however you pronounce it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the weekend's football. I'll be back on Wednesday with a Liverpool match review. But pretty much that's all of the football stuff I'm going to do, really. Not really much else to talk about, is there? So yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload. Thank you for 1,000 views on the other video. I absolutely love it. But anyway, for now, goodbye.